pleasure to talk to you about this film. I was not very familiar with the historical context. How about you, and how is that known in India until now? You know, the partition time must be very important.
Yes, of course, is, and I guess will always be terribly important. It's something that when you're in the subcontinent, you sort of grow up with. It's something that forms the basis of your constitution. It forms the basis of how you live your life. Television, films, popular literature, everything, you know. As an Indian, you can't, or as a Pakistani, you can't really sort of not know about the partition. So for me, it was a very big surprise when I started work in this film, and I met all my co-stars and colleagues from all over the world, and they said that, you know, we didn't know about it. And I was like, wow, that's a big surprise, because it's sort of like the foundation of my life, literally, and I feel, like you guys don't know about it. It was almost like that.
Yeah, you really didn't know about it?
No, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a little bit in school. I learned from my grandmother. You know, I was able to, I had a broader knowledge of partition, but I would say that I really started to understand it when I was making this movie and when I was reading Freedom at Midnight and understanding how it really affected communities and how it and the trauma that it inflicted on so many people, and you know, obviously having many conversations with the other actors in the movie and people that were there making the movie, everyone seemed to have some sort of connection to it. And that also mirrors what's going on in the movie, how every single character has a different perspective on partition. You have the Hindu point of view, the Muslim point of view, the Sikh point of view, the Mountbatten point of view. So it's really important in order for this movie to be really absorbed by audiences, is just so that an audience member can find themselves in one of the characters. So that they can get a glimpse into partition.
Is it perfectly historically accurate, or obviously it's a movie, it's not a documentary, so there's always artistic license?
Well, it is. I mean, it is based on historical facts that a lot of time, energy, effort have gone into studying and researching and putting it together. But definitely, it is a work of fiction. It is a film that's meant to entertain, but entertain responsibly. I think that's how I'd like to put it.
How did the cast all come together? I mean, when did you guys all meet? Did anyone know each other before?
No, I met Huma in London, I think a couple months before we started shooting. I think, I had met one of the other actors in London. But other than that, we all met in India.
Let's talk about filming locations, and was it as beautiful as it looks on screen?
Beautiful,
more beautiful,
massive, exciting, overwhelming.
Palatial.
I think India is a bit of all of this, and I think I mean, I'm from India, but a lot of people, like, I mean, Manish has been to India before, but
many times, yeah.
But for a lot of actors, it was the first time they'd come to India and they had eaten Indian food and shot a film in India. It can be quite an overwhelming.
That's what I love about India, is that it lives in these like states of extremes, and it there's this like sort of chaos and acceptance about it that is it can only work there, you know, because I think there's a synergy between India the land and India the people. That kind of relationship I don't think exists in the same like visceral way that other countries have. You know, and that's why I like being there, because I feel like people are so in sync with their land and their country.
Magically chaotic.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what I was going to say. There's kind of that magic chaos to it that is
and
quite
it only can function there.
No, absolutely. And it was nice that you were able to film there. What happened to that house?
The Viceroy's house? Well, it's the Rashtrapati Bhavan now.
Okay.
It's the seat of the government power. So
obviously you could not film there.
No, we could not shoot inside.
I think we got some exteriors.
Gurinder went after all the actors went back home. Gurinder went and shot there for 2-3 days, I think, which was just basically the exterior portion. Yeah. And if you've seen the film, right at the end, where all the celebrations are happening,
they changed.
Yes, that was the Viceroy's house. But the inside was shot inside this beautiful palace called the Umaid Bhavan in Jodhpur, which is now a 5-star hotel.
We were also staying. It's one of the most beautiful hotels in the world.
It was also the most difficult location to shoot every day, because I would just wake up from my room and literally just walk out and I'd be on set.
Because we were staying there, so it
was a long ride.
Taj property
it was so tough.
Very tough. Yeah, very tough.
Yeah. Well, tell us about Hugh Bonneville. Any of you watch Downton Abbey? I know it's very big in America, for instance.
Huge,
and
huge
in India,
fan. Huge fan. Yeah, love that show. I want a season 7. I want Matthew to come back again.
I'm sad to say I've never seen it, but I will. I'm gonna watch it. But Hugh is great. He's got a wicked sense of humor. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and watching him sort of bring humor and life into a real character was great to watch.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
How much was history a discussion on set? I mean, me just by seeing the film yesterday, I just went on Wikipedia, researched the context, researched Lord Mountbatten himself, the implications, all these things. Was it the same with you guys, or you stuck with the script and what you knew?
Well, it would be terrible on our parts to just stop on the script and not
Right.
do any research, after that. This is not the kind of film that you just go up unprepared and just learn your lines and just hope and pray for the best. This is a film that required a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of accent training, a lot of...
Because you have to understand that each character's decision making is so distinctly related to their perspective on partition. So without the proper understanding and knowledge and research, we wouldn't know how our characters how would they move, how would they make a decision, what would they accept and what would they deny. So I think research was a real constant necessity in this movie. In every scene, we really needed to understand, because this is a based on a true story, and deviating from that would not honor the people at the time.
And you two star as a bit of an impossible love story. Tell us a little bit about it.
All love stories are impossible.
Arguably, yes.
Otherwise, they aren't love stories.
This one a tad more challenging as well.
Yes, well, because Romeo and Juliet at the time, India is getting partitioned.
I think our love story is clear. I think that these are two people who love each other and want to stay together against all odds. My character is an optimist, and he really doesn't believe that we should be divided. He believes that India should go back to its people and everything should be great, and we should continue to fight for what we believe in, just like his father and his father before him. He doesn't have the same conflicts that Ali's character has, juggling relationship with your father and your duties, and so he really wants it reflects, I guess, India and the people of India, our relationship in that way.
Well, yeah, it's quite a classical love story in that sense, that these two people are perfect with each other, but for this external big conflict, which in this case is the partition, and where they cannot be together because they obviously come from different religious identities, and this girl has to leave, or rather is compelled to leave because she feels that that's the only way that she can be saved. So yeah, it was beautiful, it was challenging, and I love the fact that both our characters had so many different levels and layers.
The dearly departed Om Puri is part of the film.
Yes.
Tell us about working with him. He was such a wonderful screen presence and actor.
Absolutely one of the best actors of our generation. We both, Manish has also worked with him earlier in 100 for
Yes,
Journey.
true.
But he was a very, very special man and a very, 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 very talented actor. And there's so many scenes. I had a lot of scenes with him. Since he plays my father in the film, I think I have acted better because of him. And not just because he was a really, really good actor, but also he was just such an empathetic person and co-star, and he would just do these really sweet, simple things that would just make everyone around him just fall in love with him. And I really wish that he was here, because this is a film I know is very important to him, because he was a big crusader for peace between India and Pakistan, and he always spoke very passionately about it. So I know a film like this that gives such a beautiful message of hope and love and humanity would be very important for him.
Absolutely, and quite important to Gurinder as well, because she has a family link to it, correct?
Yeah, she definitely does. And I would just say, to add to our time with Om, is that it is a very, I guess, a punctuated film in his long career of movies. But he was a very distinct talent, and he had an enormous effect on my life, and we were very close friends as he was with Huma as well. And I think that he just had this sort of ability to sort of connect to every perspective, whether he disagreed with it or not. He was able to just put judgment aside and just connect and make sense of it. And that's also what made him such a dynamic actor, because he's able to embody and personify pretty much anything, and without adding your own sort of layers of judgment to it, and that's a real a gift for an actor. So I think he's, if people have not seen his movies, they're doing a disservice to themselves. He's brilliant.